New hat alert, new hat alert. Last video we said we're gonna get new hats because we need to diversify. Guys, this is the big 2-6. We cannot be gay and faggots, bro. We gotta be inclusive. Yeah, you need to see the title of the video. If you're watching this, you're most likely around our age. Probably around like, you know, 16 to 25, if being honest, because I think that orthodoxy is growing extremely fast, especially among young men. Like it's probably only among young men. I don't think girls will do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, girls, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, they're larpers, bro.
Yeah, larping. But well, I actually did search up what is the fastest growing sect of Christianity or denomination, and it is evangelicalism, which is not a good sign. You know, it's in Israel and all these in-days type stuff. But I want to talk about our experience as going from basically Protestants and almost non-denominational to going over to Orthodox. We are not catechumens yet, or we have not actually gone into an Orthodox church, but right now we're looking into it.
Yeah, really studying.
Mostly studying because one of the biggest attractors to us for Orthodoxy, if I'm being honest, is the depth and length that actually goes into. Protestantism is gay, okay? Yeah. Be honest, it is gay, and it is full of heresy and faggotry. And honestly, it's just stupid. Like, the touchy-feeliness and the just believe in Jesus, bro, and oh yeah, like, you'll always be saved, like, oh nah, bro. It's like, it's just so gay, like this hippie, dippy. But when you go and search into Orthodoxy, I think there's a trail. Some people go into Roman Catholicism, but ultimately, all roads lead to Eastern Orthodoxy or Christianity, obviously, because if you're already looking into things like that, the Western Church Fathers, you're probably gonna have to go into the Eastern Church Fathers. But the point of this is the depth that Orthodoxy brings is unmatched. Yeah. You know, it's literally like beautiful. And like, it's beautiful, honestly. Like, because I've been not struggling with my life to do, you know, not purpose, but going into Orthodoxy has opened up like 3 or 4 more branches for me to dedicate my life towards. Because I'm working out, we're jacked, right? We have huge biceps, but what more is to life than that? You know what I'm saying? Should we go on along with life and have the possibility of someone talking to us and disproving my whole entire worldview and me not being prepared? That could may well be happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm very confident, but things like that can occur, and Protestantism and all this stuff just has so many holes and it's too touchy-feely. And for us, we'll talk about our background. We didn't really ever grow up in like a church. Yeah. But we were still very Christian. You know, we don't swear or anything like that. We're good boys, right? And our mother, we do Bible study. We used to do Bible study every single day. We stopped doing Bible study because like that's just like Protestant whatever stuff. So good to study and all this stuff, but we do Bible study every single day, listen to music, and honestly, I've done Bible study probably like 1,000 times now, and it is very good. But if I'm being honest, at some point I was not learning anything. It was the same old. I didn't think I was even learning anything. Ultimately, it was a waste of my time.
Yeah, it was just like a repeat. Of
it was the same old. You know, I love God. This, there. If you're a Christian, if you believe in God today, you come up here like the Jay Dyer freaking kind of impression that he does. If you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and all this stuff, it's just so stupid. And that brought us into Orthodoxy. Well, actually, for being honest, what also originally introduced us to Orthodoxy. I remember seeing it in an edit, 2023, and I didn't really understand what it was, but I understand that they had more respect than normal Christians. Yeah. They're even the lifestyle. Just look at the tradition, and that doesn't give special credence to that proving that they are the right denomination, but just look at how they worship and the respect they have in their architecture and the liturgy, the service is 10 times better than just building church,
like one-dimensional,
Southern Baptist Church of Texas, North Oklahoma, and stuff like that. No, it's not like that. But originally, Andrew Wilson, I've watched probably hundreds of hours of Andrew Wilson, and he is also Orthodox, and that gave me the first step into Orthodoxy, into looking into it. And for, honestly, me and Noah, it was pretty easy to transition over to studying that kind of stuff. It's very easy. If you look at the church history, they are the first church. It's like, who was the one who decided the canon of Scripture? It was very easy. It was very easy for us to detach from Protestantism. It took maybe like a week or so to just say, okay, whatever, this is easily the path for us to follow. And then Jay Dyer was also a big help. I've watched probably now the past month, like thousands of hours, not thousands, probably maybe 100 hours of Jay Dyer so far. And he was very informative. And then me watching Jay Dyer debunk Muslims and things like that, and finding out that he is also Orthodox, probably one of the biggest advocates of Orthodoxy I didn't even know, gave even more credence to the validity and the respect to Orthodox Christianity, right? But that kind of gave us the door and the pathway to it, and also understanding that going into Orthodoxy also kind of, not mandates, but it's also gives you a trajectory to philosophy. You know, me and Noah are now searching up into epistemology. Then we're going to go into metaphysics and ethics. And I love debating. I love talking to people. And going into Orthodoxy is kind of almost a necessity. It's not meant for, you don't have to be, get into philosophy to be saved or anything like that. But getting into Orthodoxy gives us also a step into philosophy. And it's so interesting, into theology and other worldviews and debunking people and making sure that in any time of my life, if someone tries to question me, not only can I defend my worldview, right, in Christendom, but debunk their worldview. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about it? What do you think about Orthodoxy,
Well, it was maybe on Orthodoxy that it kind of, like, when we were at that Protestant view, well, not really, but it kind of hit a wall of, like just, like, repeats of the same thing, and I really looked at my life saying, like, is this, like, the whole thing, and just, obviously, like, praying, then meditating, getting up, there was no, like, depth.
It was so mundane.
Yeah, like, no formality of, like, what to really do. There's, like, nothing, like, after that point, there's nothing left.
that's a good point. One of the things about Protestantism is there's nothing left to do. It's just the same thing. Pray, Bible study, church. Pray, Bible study, church. Pray, Bible study, church. And that's it. And it's so
I think
mundane.
that's why so many people leave, because it's like,
It's a lack of respect.
Yes.
And that's why the freaking divorce rates are so high.
Yeah.
And all those OnlyFans skinks go to freaking Protestant churches because they know they'll have a safeguard there, okay? But also...
It's just like an empty row, like...
And also the lack of respect for everything. The lack of respect for Mary, you know? Like, it's crazy that how much disrespect Mary gets. And the saints. And bishops and all these things, like it's literally a whole new world, you know? The essence and energies distinction. The St. John of Damascus, reading different saints, reading Aquinas, and reading philosophers, right? It all ties in together. Understanding tag, right? And I realized that I can't just do this for 4 or 5 months, a year. Jay Dyer has taken 20 years out of his life.
Yeah,
He has
our whole
to do
life
this.
into this.
Yeah, so it's like, this is so beautiful because now I have a purpose. I can strive. Right now, we've cut out video games because honestly, when you get into this kind of stuff, everything else is almost boring and dull. You know what I'm saying? So the videos that we're kind of making right now is kind of analysis. We want to do kind of like gym, philosophy, a bit of theology, especially politics. We're huge into politics.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, right? But also, we're also doing chess and we're learning Russian now, so we can do different things. Noah's learning day trading, just why not, right? But ultimately, the path of Protestantism is gay faggotry and heresy and hell. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It's not what the church taught.
Because
right? Doesn't mean you can't be saved. Doesn't mean you're gonna go to hell right away, right? But you look at Orthodoxy and just look at the stark contrast, right? You go to a Sunday church, you get donuts and coffee. You say, "The Lord Jesus, believe in Him, and you go be saved," and all this stuff, and then that's it. And then you go sin later, then you pray. And that's it. It's just like so mundane. There's nothing more. You look at the Orthodoxy. You look at the liturgy. You look at the way they worship. You look at how they venerate.
Union and how they partake with God is like...
Yeah, it's so beautiful, and how they venerate saints, right? And Mary and Jesus, and how they view it differently, and how they actually know church history,
so
and
much
how they respect it. Exactly. Jesus says you can. I think Paul says you can die for not doing the liturgy correctly, you know, or taking the Eucharist.
It's so mundane, like literally.
It's
like,
gay. It's gay faggotry. Okay. But it was very easy I think the only point of contention that I had was maybe sola fide. Sola scriptura was pretty easy, right? Because if you just look at the thing, like they didn't have the Bible in the first couple centuries, right? They only had oral tradition. But sola fide, by faith alone, once saved, always saved, is actually not true. That didn't take a long time for me to tackle, right? Because honestly, I was watching a episode of Andrew Wilson and Stephen Crowder, and Andrew was like Stephen Crowder's co-host, who's Christian, and Andrew Wilson said like, okay, well if you blaspheme God, right? If you get saved and you blaspheme God, are you going to go to heaven? He's like, oh, well, yeah, it's just something. And it's like, well, you were never really saved. And it's like, no, like, it's never sola fide, bro. Sola fide isn't real. It's not just believe in God, bro. Just believe in Jesus, bro. But honestly, we don't want the video to be too long. Normally we yap, which is exactly what we're doing, right? Bro, I'm not going to lie. We're going to do the video today. I did so much cardio to get my freaking jaw right. We just did legs, so it's perfect. But we haven't been able to work on a time. We haven't been able to film that lot of videos because our freaking brother, oh yeah, that kid over there, freaking hurt his leg. So then he has to stay downstairs, and our mom has to stay downstairs to take care of him, so we can't go downstairs and work on a time. And it's just like, it's whatever. But understanding that I'll watch a lot of Jay Dyer videos, and some people bring up good points, and I can almost count on Jay Dyer to
debunk it.
You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of faith in that, right? But time and time again, I like rewatch a lot of videos, and at the end of the day, Orthodoxy, right, Christianity has given us a pathway to learn more about life. You know what I'm saying? About philosophy, epistemology, how do you attain knowledge? All these philosophical questions that have been questioned for hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? It's so interesting, and there's more to life, and this can really also help you. Even learning simple things like fallacies, how fallacious people's arguments are, appeals to emotion. It's just, honestly, this has given us a way to love God more and to respect Him.
Like a goal,
Exactly. A goal. Now we have more things.
What are you doing?
Sorry, just my jaw so good.
Yeah.
To do in life. You know what I'm saying, Connor? Like, excuse my hair, I'm not gonna lie. And we have more hats also. I had to get this for me. Well, I think our next episode is going to be about Frankenstein, right? Frankenstein has many different iterations. So we're not finished with the video. Don't freaking click off. Frankenstein has many different iterations,
really?
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Also, I think Frankenstein is also like kind of almost like Freemasonry, you know? They want to create a new life form, right? So we can dive into that. I don't know what the next video is going to be. I want to do a class on epistemology, like I already said. But if somebody can edit this video properly,
if you
don't even say anything about thumbnails. The thumbnails are going to shut the freak up. Oh my gosh.
You better make good thumbnails, bro, for now on. You're the one. Now you're the one.
Check out the bone. The bone one.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, the bone video was our shortest video yet. It's because again our sister came downstairs. We had to stop that. Okay, so we're going to go away. So we're literally yapping in half the video, and then like at the end of the video, we finally said what locusts represent. But yeah, Orthodoxy is just beautiful. It is beautiful. It literally gives you a different perspective on Mary. Also, I think a lot of people really disrespect Mary.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, she's just
just a woman.
Yeah,
bro.
she just like
Jesus,
God.
Like what?
Like she contained the uncontainable.
It's like so. It's
like as much as I don't like voids, right? Mary, you know what I'm saying? Mary's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? What she did for us, you know, through her we have salvation. Okay, she contained the uncontainable. You know, think any other skanky whore can do that? Some smut can do that? No, they can't. Right? And also the saints and read the books. Honestly, it's
just like they discard the complexity of like how.
Like, do you know how complex this all is? You know what I'm saying? You can understand it. But honestly, last thing, honestly, if you don't like study philosophy, if you don't study one of these 5 subjects, I don't know what you're doing. If you don't study or at least have an interest in like philosophy, theology, politics, history, or like working out or something, one of those 5 things, what are you doing in life? Like, you don't have to do philosophy, you don't have to do politics, but if at least you know like history, you like history, or like theology, or you like gym, or like something, that's real. That is real. Like, besides that, what are you, a wagey? Like, yeah, not to be a girl, like, what do you,
no
not,
purpose.
not to be mean, but it's like, those 5 things are real. Gym is your body. History is past. Philosophy is metaphysics, and theology is about, all these ideas. So, if you don't have this, if you don't even study that, honestly, it's like, one of those things, like, what do you do? That's the most real, that's why I know that this is the only path in me for life, because that's the only real thing.